Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode. Hope everyone's doing well. So this week I want to talk about, I suppose, upcoming EVs. So I've still got probably a couple of years left on my BMW i3, and I am starting to think about the next car, maybe in a year's time. And it's kind of dawned on me that there's loads and loads of these new, nice, great looking EVs with great range and toys and gadgets and all that sort of good stuff on them. But what do I really want out of an EV? And I started thinking about it. I've always been a bit of a Tesla fanboy to a degree. I've never been able to afford one. With the Model 3 out now, it's probably becoming more possible, certainly at the end of when this one goes. And I kind of looked at all the other cars and I'm thinking, well, is it that I just want a Tesla because it's a Tesla name, and it's got, you know, all the nice gadgets, and inside is completely different compared to a lot of other cars? Then I started thinking about it more, and the more I think about it, and whilst the public infrastructure and everything else has started to catch up and it's getting better and better, check my other videos of things that I've done on that, but it's got me thinking around, I don't just want a Tesla because I want a Tesla. I look at things like VW or even Porsche or BMW and all these other manufacturers. Not one of them have got their own infrastructure. So it got me thinking is that I don't necessarily want a Tesla because it's cool and it's a great car and everything else. I want it because they're building the infrastructure to go with it. And I started thinking about this more around, we always compare, well, I certainly do, EVs to mobile phones. So, with a mobile phone, it's always a new gadget. It's you want the latest and greatest, and if you're a tech freak like me, then you always do. And you come home at night, you put the phone on overnight, you charge it, and in the morning you got a full charge. So in that respect, it's quite similar. Over the air updates, all that sort of good stuff. And I thought that's kind of with Apple. They don't, for instance, they build the OS and they build the hardware that goes with it. Hence the reason why those two are so joined up and everything works with each other. So I'm comparing that with Tesla's infrastructure and how the supercharger network seems to be getting better and better and more rolled out, and they're supporting the cars that they're selling. So you turn up to a supercharger infrastructure, you plug in, it recognizes your car, and away you go and you charge. So all these other manufacturers, they're really good and the cars are fantastic. There's loads of cars out there and all coming out that I thought they look really good, but they aren't rolling out the infrastructure. And the infrastructure to me is almost as important as the car. I've been on public charging to a degree now for over a year and a half, and whilst it's not causing me problems, would I like to turn up to one of these superchargers whenever I feel like it and almost guarantee a stall? Some of these places have 15-20 stalls. So for me, when I'm choosing my next car, that's going to be a big deciding factor. Now, whilst all these infrastructure companies are coming along to make the infrastructure more and more better and reliable and prepared for the more EVs that are coming along, it got me more thinking around, by the time I get to maybe choose a new car, will this even be a question? Will it be a question that I can 100% rely on public charging, and the infrastructure will essentially grow like the superchargers have in things like GridServe and some of the other charging infrastructures, Ionity coming on as well in this country? Or actually, do I go with a car like a Tesla, not just because I want a Tesla, but also the infrastructure that comes with it and the reliability and everything else? For me, Tesla's got better and better as the years have gone on. Their quality has improved. The reports of the Model 3s in the UK certainly seem to echo that in terms of the infrastructure and how well they're made. So yeah, it's just something I've been thinking of, and certainly when you're thinking of a new EV, and you haven't got home charging, maybe this is an important deciding factor. You know, it's not just, wow, look at what VW have brought out or BMW have brought out, it looks fantastic, it's got all these gadgets. Has it got the infrastructure that they're actually own to go with it? And is it reliably supported? Is it is it fast? Is it always there and available? So yeah, it's just a thought that I've come across. I'd really like to know your thoughts around this. If you have got any thoughts around this, please put it in the comments below, and maybe we could have a chat around this on a future episode. But yeah, I just wanted to share my thoughts on that, and my journey of my next car, I suppose, over the next year or so will likely maybe change, depending on what comes out. Might be Tesla, might be something else. So everyone seems to be jumping on the Tesla bandwagon, and that's a great thing. They're great cars. But is these other cars that come out, are they going to be the one that that I eventually go for? So anyway, I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, share and subscribe as always. Thank you very much for my Patreon supporters. You know, you guys know who you are. I really do appreciate that, and until next time, thanks very much and goodbye.